So episode one, hybrid athlete, all state, all champion Luke. First episode, a little bit of like a behind the scenes type of stuff about what I do. My name's Luke. I am trying to build a brand, whether that be personal and an actual brand itself. Today's just a little bit behind the scenes of like what I do daily. Literally just get up, train in the morning. This morning we're going to Lexington Park for a few Ks, see how we go. A bit of a sprint session today. Hopefully try and get everything under 5Ks. Just training for the Gold Coast Marathon and a few other smaller races before then. Just being 27, trying to do something a little bit outside the norm, document behind the scenes stuff for like what I do, like I said, with training. Yeah, so since 2020 up until now, I was working on a brand called Run It Up. Around the end of this year, didn't start feeling right, so try to shift focus into a brand called Home. I wanted Home to be a little bit more personal in my sense. So here we've got a few samples for the Home collection. We did have a few samples drop or come through this week. The first one being these trousers and the hoodie. Just been playing around with a fabric we previously tested, which is just a cotton trill, medium-ish weight, about 170, 185 GSM. What we're trying to look for was just a standard fit, but more of a wide-legged pants and a little bit shorter at the ankles. Some of the detailing we featured for this project was just adding each one of these samples to add a little bit of a different tag to it. This one on the back of where the pocket, it just says Home, and then under it says No Place Like Home. So it's a little bit more straight-legged, but a little bit wider at the hips and the knees. They were, when you put shoes on, they are a little bit shorter at the ankles, but just something we're like trialing, testing. Like, it's a beautiful like grey colour, very minimalistic type of vibes that we'll try to go through. It's actually textured, the cotton trill being textured fabric. Obviously a few little more details will just be adjusting the pockets, playing around with a few different colours and just making a few more smaller changes to the sample itself. Home is what you make of it. It doesn't have to be a particular place, but it could be a group of people. It can be a vibe that you create. It's a little bit more intricate than just an actual physical structure of a house. Sometimes a house is not a home, but home can be something that you make with friends, family, colleagues, clothing. My personal experience with that, just trying to make it into a brand. And it's just been something that's been a bit more exciting recently, that I could try and do something a bit more personal and showcase it to people through clothing. There are a few projects where like it's outside of clothing, a bit more like furniture, home decor type of vibe, in the sense that I just want to build out Home to be a brand about my personal experiences with creating something warm, cozy, connecting with people, family experiences that I've experienced, and try and put that towards focus into a brand. The next one is actually the hoodie, which came through from the same factory as the trousers. Super nice, comfy, heavyweight hoodie with the logo just on the front, and also attaching, like I said, another different label, woven label, so it just says Home Sweet Home right on the cuff. So we try to go for a bit more of like a boxy, wide fitted, a bit more tight around the wrists and around the hem, the actual hem itself, make everything a little bit more comfy, heavyweight hoodie. It's a bit spacious in the torso, but a bit cropped at the waist. Probably play around a bit more with the logo on front, and maybe tweak a little bit on the tag on the side. It's a beautiful color. The black and the white contrast works well, and it's actually probably one of the best hoodies I've sampled from our current factory. Obviously after each sample we get a little bit better. That's kind of like the combo fit we're going for. Black and the grey on the bottoms. Pair it with like loafers, compare it with like sneakers, Forces. But one of the things would change, obviously the hood itself. Like I do fuck with like the hood itself being a lot bigger than normal, but obviously when it comes with it is a bit more of a bigger neck hole, but that's just a small little tweak. They can just adjust in sampling. However, like 99% of this hoodie is like exactly what we're looking for. Crazy drop shoulder, super nice, heavyweight, comfy, matches pretty much any outfit. Couldn't be more happy, and just something we're just trial and testing out so far. But yeah, it's a little bit daunting trying to be in front of a camera like now. Put yourself out there. It's not going to look perfect. Like right now I'm quite nervous, but it's just something I thoroughly enjoy, building a brand. figuring out, and the way meeting interesting people. I get to create a physical brand, a business, grow that out this year, and also work on myself as I progress through the brand, hopefully progresses with that. Doing something like this, a little bit like behind the scenes content, raw, uncut stuff. The last sample we've got so far came from our knit factory. A semi-heavyweight fabric. I believe it's a 7 gauge style knit. A bit more solid when it comes to fabric, just because the heavier the fabric usually holds a bit more structure. The sweaters we get from our factories, even though this one's a little bit big in proportion, just got to adjust some of these sleeves, have the nice brand label on the sleeve, reduce the sleeves, reduce the drop shoulder and the chest a little bit more, but the colorway, the way it pairs with everything, the way the tag contrasts with the color, like everything is like 99% exactly what we're looking for. Those are some of the samples that we've captured, trialed and tested so far, and we do have a few more coming through. We have a few more leather products coming through as well that we're trying to test the waters and see what they're like, but everything we've sampled so far is, like I said, pretty much exactly what we're looking for. There was two collab ideas that I had with home, I guess DJs, if you will. I guess they are DJs. Or they'll do their gig inside someone's house. They might pick a living room, set it up, have a camera in front, and everybody's just vibing to it. That was something that felt a bit personal with home. It's in a home and everybody's vibing, everyone's enjoying life, having fun, music pumping. I'd love to, one, collaborate with someone like that could host or that does something in that vein, post it on YouTube. Another step towards that same type of collab is actually host my own DJ set at a home or a venue, post it on YouTube, have people wear home clothing, hoodies and whatever we make, and just capture that same positive, high intense vibes, creating a bit of a community. Everybody kind of comes together. I want that same type of feeling built towards the brand. There was another collab idea I had, which I came across on Pure Sport. Pure Sport's been a supplement company, and their collab idea was, instead of giving in a saturated market of how collabs would work, you'd give your product to an influencer, they would post it, and they would say all the good things about it and whatnot. However, they had the idea of, they actually gave them an empty box, and on the box it had instructions about donating items that they've collaborated with or things they don't really use, and kind of box up and send it to the post, and the post would deliver it to Pure Sport. Pure Sport would have all these boxes from these influencers that have given a product, and Pure Sport would move those boxes and gift it to a charity. And I thought that was a great idea. It's always better to give something to other people than just, I guess, collect product. In the meantime, and hopefully this year, just work on it, build it out, actually launch with that collab before launching the product. Slowly but surely, obviously staying on top of this type of content and just taking you along the way. It takes a village, build a team. It takes a team to build an individual. And that's where we're at.